Today I'm going to show you how to decorate a Pokeball cake. So I'm going to show you the way of carving a regular cake into a ball shape. You can get tins that are half balls, so you can bake two and then put them together to make a ball cake, but I want to show you guys the way of doing this with the least amount of specialist equipment as possible. So I'm going to show you how to do it with just regular baked cakes. You will need pre-baked cake, and you're going to need as much cake tall as it is wide to make the ball. So I have done a 5-inch cake, so I have then baked enough cake that when I layer it, it's going to be 5 inches tall. This can translate to any size cake that you want to do. So if you've got a 6-inch, you're going to go 6 inches tall, 7 inches tall, and so forth. I will link in the description below my 4-ingredient cake recipe, which is what I actually used for this recipe. You'll need sugar water, which is half boiling water, half sugar. Just dissolve the sugar into the water. This helps make the cake really moist, and it actually makes the cake last a little bit longer. So it is definitely something that I would recommend doing. Buttercream. I have used the buttercream recipe that I've actually got on the channel. So again, I'll link that down below. And I have done 2 batches of buttercream. This is just vanilla buttercream. And then I've got fondant icing in red, white and black. I would recommend buying pre-coloured icing. You can buy the colours, mix it yourself. I tend to mix my colours bar black, but if you're a beginner, if it's your first time, you probably are going to be easier to buy it pre-coloured, especially black. Even myself, I will never ever mix a black fondant colour because it's just too hard and it takes too much colour. So always buy your black fondant pre-coloured. And combined, it's probably about 1 kilogram of fondant. But again, it's all going to depend on the size of the cake that you've got. So I would always go with probably a bit more than you need than a bit less. And then for the equipment that we used, I have used a circle cutter for the front of the Pokeball cake. I have got a cake scraper and a cake smoother, rolling pin, a cake board, so you can get thinner cake boards. I prefer a cake drum because they tend to hold the weight of the cake better. A tape measure. This is my special cake tape measure. It gets used for nothing but cake. A sharp knife and a very cheap bread knife. So when slicing layers of cake, you're either going to want to go the most expensive cake slicer that you can get, or you want to go the cheapest bread knife you can get. So to start with, I am just going to cut my cake into layers and go round the sides of your cake with your tape measure, and this one I just use for cakes, and then just mark the size that you want of your layer. So I always do 2 centimeters. So just mark that all the way around the cake with your knife, just pushing it in, and then all you're going to do is just join those up with your knife, spinning the cake round, and as long as you're keeping in line with all those marks, it will give you a nice even layer. Then to each layer, I'm just going to add some of the sugar water, just to drizzle it on top and soak it in. I've seen lots of people just like dump sugar water on top, which go for it if that's your thing. I don't like doing that because the one time I did put too much sugar water on a cake, it did seep out and it did not go well. So I always try and be a bit more conservative with it. And then because I have gone with a 6-layer cake, I have put 3 layers, one on top of the other, and then I'm just going to carefully start carving a ball. The best way to do it is to take little and often. Don't just take a massive chunk because, yeah, you can cut too much off it. It's easier to take more off than try and add on afterwards. But it's kind of as easy as it sounds. You just kind of have to eyeball it and carve a ball. I kind of don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, just kind of like keep slicing a little bit and then just curve it round and round and round, and then once you have carved your half a ball as you're happy, you're then just going to add layers of buttercream to sandwich those layers together. And then we're going to add our crumb coat to the outside. A crumb coat is just buttercream on the outside, just to hold all those crumbs in. It gives it a nice smooth surface, so then when you put the fondant on, it looks nice and smooth. And then, having still got our two halves separate, you're going to roll out your white icing and you're going to cover one half of your ball. And then for the second half, you're just going to roll out the red and again cover that half, so then you've got one half white, one half red. So to cover a cake in icing, what you need to do is you need to roll it out. You want it probably about ½ centimetre thick, your icing. You don't want it too thick, but you also don't want it too thin. Too thin and it will break and you'll get holes in it. Too thick and it won't drape properly. So once you've got about ½ centimetre thick, just pick it up and drape it over the top of the cake. And then from there, you want to start from the top of your cake and you want to smooth round with your cake smoother or the palm of your hand. And just smooth it down, pushing into the cake to smooth it down, get any of those air bubbles out. Just keep folding any folds away, so then you smooth it into the cake. And then just go over with your cake smoother, make it all nice and smooth and cut off any excess. Then, having pre-covered my cake board with icing, because I am one of those weird people that do not like the look of a cake board, I always have to cover mine in icing, but that is just me. You can leave it as a cake board if you want. Put a little bit of buttercream on the bottom. Put your white half down first, just pressing down as much as you can do, and then cover the top with buttercream. Then you're just going to sandwich your red half on top. If you want to make your cake slightly more stable, because mine was such a small cake, I don't really have to worry about it, but anything probably over a 6 to 7 inch, you're going to probably want to add a support in, so a cake support, or you can use a cake pop stick. That's what I tend to do, rather than actual cake supports, like cake tier supports. Just cake pop sticks, it's just basically something to hold it in together, and because we're not going to put anything on top of it, we don't have to worry about it holding the weight of anything above. We just want to kind of keep that cake together. Then once sandwiched together and just smoothed as much as you can do, you're going to roll out that black icing into a long rectangle. Just cutting off the edges to make it a nice even rectangle shape. And then just using a little bit of water to help it stick, just put the water on the back of the icing and then simply put it on the cake and wrap it round. You want your join to be where the front of the cake is, because we're going to use our circle for where the opening of the Pokeball is to cover the join. And then just smooth it out as much as you can do. And then roll out that black icing again and circle cutter to how big your circle you think is right for your cake. And then roll out the white and just cut a smaller size for the middle, and then again stick those on with water. And there you have it. That's how you make and shape a Pokeball cake.